Chris from Inside the Recording Studio podcast. In this short video, I'm going to show you a trick where we're going to take a really simple guitar part and with the use of delay, turn it into something more like a YouTube Angels Airwaves kind of vibe. Let's take a look. Okay, let's start by taking a listen to this little part that I wrote, and then I'm going to break down and show you what I did. Let's take a listen. Okay, so the part that we're going to focus on is obviously the little delayed guitar part here, and that by itself sounds like this with a delay on it. So if I mute the delay, we actually have a really, really boring part that just sounds like this. So not very exciting, but let me show you what I've done here. On this guitar part, I also played it very percussively, kind of muted there, but I have used a send and I have inserted a delay here. This time I've used repeater from D16. And what I've done is, this is actually a stereo delay, but I've set both the left and the right to a dotted eighth note. Since we're playing a strict eighth note rhythm here, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and what this dotted eighth is going to do is it's going to fill in those gaps in the timing. Something I've also done with this is I really like to filter my delay returns, and this is something that you've heard me say in the podcast. But in this case, I want the part to really sound not just in the background, but really in the foreground. So I haven't taken off a lot on the high end because I want that part to really be preserved. I've taken off a little bit of the low end, but that's about it. Now, one point that is really important to make here is I've used the phase invert on one of the returns. If I don't do that, let's listen to that again, and I'll just solo that part. Now listen for how the stereo image is just going to go away, essentially, unless I use the phase invert here. So I'll leave it on first, and then I'll bypass it here, and you can hear the effect. So hopefully you can hear that the width just kind of goes away, and that's just because of all the phase cancellations going on, because that we have the same value here. Another way that we can do this, I have this sync to tempo. What we can do is actually take the sync off, and then what we can do is we can just very slightly readjust these just a few milliseconds on each part, and we will get just a little bit off timing there, and there will be a slightly different effect. Let's check that out. And now you can hear that when I switch the phase inverter on one of the channels, we don't get the same effect because they're not identical here in the returns. So let's take a listen again from the top, and I'll just let this play out. And there you have it. So you can see it's a pretty effective technique. This works obviously not just for guitar, but try it on keyboards, try it on flute, I don't know, anything that you might want to throw at it, and it can bring some life into your parts. Thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.